Morning and welcome to a ServiceNerd coffee morning. I've only done one of these before, so I've got to make sure everything actually works before I go live. It tends to just ping off. It says streaming. Let's check. I really should do more of these and then I'd know what I was doing, wouldn't I? Content. Live. Awesome. We are live, so you've just listened to me talk utter nonsense for, well, the best part of a minute. Anyway, right, okay, so we're now live, which is good. So just double checking everything. Connect. Yes, we are. Right, okay. So I've only done one of these before, but I said I'd start to try and do more of these. The last couple of weeks, I've not been in the office. This is my office. This is kind of my man cave, Star Wars stuff about. I've been downstairs. Been watching the Dynamic Flow video. Yeah, sorry about that. If you made it to the Simpsons cut through, well done. But yeah, so I'm back in the office. So I'm able to do some more live streams. While I was downstairs, living room, kids running about, doesn't really work. And yeah, for anyone in the UK, I sympathise with you now because now the kids are on school holiday, so we've got no respite for the next 3 weeks. So if you hear any of them running about outside, I don't think I'm even going to apologise for them. It's just life, isn't it? Morning. So what am I doing today? So I'm only going to be for about 20 minutes, I reckon. So I tend to start about 8:15 and get some stuff ready for what I'm going to do in the day. But I look at things like comments on YouTube, LinkedIn, respond to those, put some more posts up and the like. So what have I been doing this morning? So I did a LinkedIn post the other day, right? And a lot of the LinkedIn stuff that I talk about or I read about, James and I discuss on the podcast. If you haven't caught it, catch that. And it makes quite a good conversation, right? So I added a post last week, and in fact I can just share, can't I? Right, I can share. I'm not just podcasting. Let's do this. Right, okay. So I added a post last week. It was around an ITIL. It was an ITIL post. So I was kind of saying, what do people think in terms of ServiceNow developers? Do we need, is an ITIL certification crucial for success as a ServiceNow developer? And it was quite interesting. Look, the polls closed this morning. So 60% of people said yes, 30% said no, and 10% said it's old school. It was quite interesting to see, because I don't know whether you guys can see, but I can see who is answering. It was quite interesting the range of people, the different roles of people that were saying yes and no, right? You had CMAs that were saying no. You had some people with ITIL expert that were saying no. So it's quite interesting. So this morning I just kind of responded to that and summed it up. So for me, although I was on the camp, I mean, you can see here, I was on the camp that kind of said, yes, ITIL is crucial. But I think now when I think about it a bit more, it's the tools that ITIL give you which are crucial. Not necessarily the bit of paper, but it's things like the process understanding, knowing that there's roles involved, there's an input and output. And again, I posted this morning if you want to read it, but it's more about, for me, that understanding that allows you to talk to a customer and say, well, okay, what are your inputs to this process? What are your outputs to that process? Because for most people, they just talk, and because they live and breathe it, they don't necessarily think, oh, hang on, there are defined inputs and outputs, perhaps. So anyway, so that was one thing I did. The other thing I'm going to do now is take a look at any comments that I got on YouTube. I did do I'm quite naughty with comments on YouTube. I tend to leave them for a bit and then just respond all at one go because it gets a bit overwhelming. So we'll do that now. The next thing to mention, actually, I know, Dimitar, you said you were in Bulgaria. I'm not sure where JJ's from. JJ, where are you from? But you're still not there. But you've disappeared. And most of the ServiceNow developers start from ITSM, so yeah, absolutely agree. Absolutely agree that I started in the ServiceNow game, well, I don't know, I'm going to say 12 years ago. But I think for people now that are starting, you talk about NextGen, for example, they're doing ITSM course, but not necessarily that working background of processes or that ITIL background. Whereas the likes of you and I had that advantage of, I mean, I had the advantage of seeing ITIL grow. It was when ITIL was coming out and people were like, oh, what's this? It's fashionable. So for me, it was quite solid. Yes, the thing I was going to mention, I digress, is that last night we had the announcement of the London ServiceNow Developer Meetup, and that's on the 3rd of August. Now, it seems to me that they're doing a developer meetup in a number of places around the world, actually, and they all seem to be dropping on the 3rd of August. Now, here's the thing to think about. There is a Vancouver webinar. I'm going to ask another question on that. There's a Vancouver webinar, which is, I forget the time PST, but it's 4 o'clock this Thursday. What's that? The 3rd? Yeah. 4 o'clock on the 3rd of August. No, ignore me. Next Thursday at 4 o'clock is the webinar with the likes of Chuck and Lauren and Earl and Pranav around what's in Vancouver for the platform, right? If you're not registered to that, I suggest you get registered. Get on that. Following that, so that's 4 o'clock GMT, did I say BST? Following that, it seems like they're running the ServiceNow Dev Meetups straight after. So, yes, 3rd of August, got it wrong. The 3rd, Dimitar. Is it the 3rd, is it? But yeah, so register for the Vancouver one. If you're not in London and or can see other developer meetups, go and check one whether there's one locally. I'm sure there probably will be. Absolutely worth getting along to a dev meetup. For me, again, I've been in the game for 12 years, so I tend to go to, yeah, awesome. I tend to go just to meet and chat to people, right? Do I go to learn some of the stuff? Yeah, of course I do. But for me, it's more about, it's like I run, right? I do lots of running. I run at the weekend, I do races, I do part runs. And for me, the whole thing about races and part runs is that you're all doing something with a shared passion together, right? And that for me is the same as ServiceNow Dev Meetups. It's not necessarily what I'm doing when I'm there. It's the fact that we're all doing it. We're all in the same boat. It doesn't matter whether you're at this partner, that partner, whether you're a freelance like me, you're all got the same passion. And I kind of like that. Hello, nerd. Love it. Hello, nerd from your biggest fan. Do you know what? I was on a call the other day, a backlog refinement call. And, when you go through stories and you refine them and you point them up and everything. And I just called out the techies and said, come on, nerds, let's get something in. I was just like, no one was talking. So I'm with there. Yeah, let's talk about Vancouver, right? So, Dimitar, I haven't seen... That's a lie. I've seen a couple of snippets of what's on Vancouver. Someone showed me the new kind of plugin interface. You know, the plugin interface that used to take ages to load and you kind of walk off and it'd still be there. Someone showed me that. Is there anything that same genre of music unites people? Yeah, no, I agree. Is there anything, Dimitar, or anyone else that's watching, listening, that has caught your eye in Vancouver? Because you can educate me here. So I'm waiting for the webinar on the 3rd. The day after, this is exciting news. So James and I on the ServiceNerd podcast have got a couple of interviews lined up. The day after the meetups, we've got an interview with a certain someone, which is hopefully going to tell us a bit more about the Vancouver stuff. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. Right, okay. What was I going to do? Look at comments. Let me put you guys over there, and I can continue watching. Mezcal in Dubai. What do you I'm assuming it's quite hot over there all the time, but I keep seeing, so I'm in the UK, I keep seeing all the news around Europe, around, you know, the heat that's going on, the wildfires in roads and whatever. It seems awful, but I'm guessing it's quite hot over there anyway, but, right, okay. Let's see what comments I have on YouTube today. Again, if anyone's just joined or stuck around, if there's anything you can tell me about Vancouver, then let me know. Okay, right. So I'm just going to look at what comments I've got to reply to, and then I'm going to dive into, and I'm going to have a look at Vancouver. Oh, all right, okay. So I've got a comment here. So this is the thing, right? What you might be able to get you. I'm going to put you back over there so I can, because I keep looking away from the camera. This is the thing that's quite hard to understand. So making content and everything takes time, right? I enjoy doing it, but when you've had, I mean, I started this my YouTube channel, I don't know, 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago now. So a video that I might have posted 3 years ago, someone puts a comment on it and asks me a question. Gotta be honest, guys, I can't remember what I did yesterday. So they ask me questions, quite valid ones, but I can't remember. So this one's about an error 400 bad payload received by generic webhook. This is a Teams integration thing. I don't know. I'd have to watch the video back and understand what they're doing. Oh, I don't know what to say on that one. All right, let's have a quick look. So, Teams integration spoke. That is using the webhook. We have an error 400. If anyone's used the Teams integration and fancies going to find my video on that and responding to this guy, I'm just, I mean, right, here we go. So, I see you put, I've already done expecting many now assist stuff. Yeah, sorry, I just read that. Again, I've seen now assist, but it's like anything ServiceNow. You see it all on a good demo, right? A really flashy, polished demo, and then you're just like, I want to see this in real life. I want to see how this actually works, right? If you've been around a bit, you'll know what I mean. Right, okay. I posted that. That says to me, it sounds like a bad request payload. Have you checked the format? Oh, I'm gonna have to watch a little bit of it, aren't I? No, I'm gonna have to watch a little bit. What have people got coming up today? Stand-ups. Anyone working on anything exciting? What do I have today? Oh, people have started chatting to me already. It's 10 to 9. Naughty, naughty. They're not allowed. Yeah, no, I've got my stand-ups in the morning. Meeting on various projects. So part of my role is I kind of float across multiple projects. So I have to get involved in meetings that is about things that's happening potentially 3 months down the line, things that are potentially scoping out with the customers, and then I've got obviously devs asking for help on stuff that's happening right now, and then I've got meetings on kind of requirements we've got happening at the moment as well. So it's quite a full-on day for me. And then if I get some focus time, so focus time for me is kind of, if I can get 3 hours in one shot, that's a good focus time for me. It means, you know, I can focus. Bad request, so I don't know this. I don't know. Right, okay. Oh, I can. I meant generative AI. I can't really say that, you know. When I read the article, for instance, I saw that in Flow Designer there's going to be an option to generate a flow component based on Gen AI recommendations. Ooh. Really? So I saw that a Flow Designer, there's going to be an option to create a flow component based on Gen AI recommendations. That's got to be for developers. Yeah, obviously. Developers, I use the term loosely. But that's got to be developers that you're doing a flow and it comes along and says, hey, that'd be nice to see. I'll definitely be doing a video on that one. So, let me reply to this guy. This is the thing as well. I can't do many things at once. I'm not very good. How I replied? I didn't reply. Okay. Right. Okay. Thanks. Is usually a bad request. Strings you've got from memory and a quick look at the vid. There's not a lot to it to go wrong. Yeah, it's not very helpful. I've had to say this is quite a video quite a long time back. I can't really remember, but 400 is a bad request. I know it's not very helpful, but I don't know. There's not a lot to go wrong with that team spoke. Okay, so that's comments responded to. That's LinkedIn post done. That's my daily notes ready to go. I know what meetings I've got coming up. I've got 10 minutes. And I've already pushed the fact that there's a ServiceNow Dev Meetup happening. And I've pushed the fact that there's the Vancouver webinar thing on the 3rd. So I'm doing quite well this morning. Vancouver release. Oh, top features in ServiceNow Utah. No, I put in Vancouver release. ServiceNow Utah. So when I Google ServiceNow Vancouver, it just comes up with Utah stuff. What's going on with my Google? Google, you're broken. Not happy. Come on. I've got 9 minutes to find something exciting. Oh, come on. ServiceNow Vancouver release notes. Try that. I'm failing here, guys. I can Google primarily release notes. That doesn't make sense. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Review RTP. These are the ones you're on about. Release testing preview program overview. Okay. Find out what's new, what's changed. No, available patches, hotfix. You know what? I miss the fact that when you just had release notes rather than this build your own release notes and are you upgrading from this? I get the importance, but my God, just show me the exciting stuff. Make it stand out, make it flashy. Right, have a ServiceNow admin release notes, capabilities release notes, security release notes, platform. Let's have a look at capabilities and admin. Ooh, advanced work assignment release notes. That's the summary indeed. Hermes messaging. God, it's not exciting me, this one. Now assist. Let's have a look at now assist. This is why I need to go to the this webinar, because then the likes of Chuck and Lauren just tell us all the exciting stuff, don't they? They give us the Advanced work assignment. Okay, that could be quite interesting. API features by combined. Ooh, here we go. Combined product release notes. Yes, because I'm going to read all of this. No, let's go to Flow Designer. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Da 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 da. Do. Well, right, listen. I'm not a novice at this, but somehow I've now managed to go to Utah. I'm not liking this. Vancouver, no, not interested. You've already got a black mark against your name. Not happy. Yeah, Dimitar, mate, I got to go in a minute. Thanks for listening to the ramblings of a madman. Again, if you just joined, nothing too exciting. This is literally just me getting ready for work. And trying to find... Why can I not find Vancouver? Right. If there's anyone from ServiceNow listening, please make it easier to find release notes without having to flick through multiple different things. Because I've got to be honest, I've got 5 minutes left and I'm bored trying to go through the release notes. If anyone is listening to this and can send me a link that has got a nice summarized view of what I should be excited about, give me drop it in the comments. Until then, I will continue for 5 minutes. No, I won't. Vancouver highlights. And I know I'm being a slight premature on this because I know that's what they're going to do next week. Is give us the highlights. Here we go. Right, highlights for all Vancouver features and products. This is what I wanted. AI search, API. Let's get to it. Come on. Flow Designer. Create a subflow by selecting components from a set of Gen AI recommendations. That's what Dimitar was on about. Ooh. Use the dynamic inputs data type to create arbitrary action inputs. Right, I did a video only this week, yesterday in fact, dropped on dynamic flows. Use the improved Flow Designer landing page. Oh, okay. Okay, some more stuff. Right, okay, now what are we looking for? What are we looking for? Now assist. Come on, you've hyped it up at knowledge. Let's see it. Oh. Now assist doesn't have its own thing. Okay. Now assist. And I can't find it in there. Yeah, fair enough. Streamline the user experience, improve recall. That's AI search. But this is the one. I'm going to drop this in the comments actually. Can I put this in the comments? I'm going to stick it in the chat here. This is the thing that I'm looking at in case you're interested. Agent chat. Yeah, so I think I might be reading this, and it's probably something I think James and I have got to record our podcast tomorrow, and I think we'll probably go through this. This might make good content, is going through the release notes and trying to pick out any exciting kind of themes that we can see. Anyway, we've got 2 minutes to 9. I've got to start work. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you have dropped by, I really appreciate it. Again, nothing overly exciting on this one, I'm afraid. It's literally just me getting ready for work and the ramblings of a madman, so nothing structured. If you do join next time and you want to ask a question, or I don't know, if you've got some kind of issue that we can perhaps look at together on screen, then more than willing to do that. No problem at all. Anyway, until then, have a great day at work. I'll speak to you next time.